Alright, top of the morning, chat. Another Good Friday, back-to-back Good Fridays. So, uh, almost forgot to do this recap from yesterday, but dude, this was Thursday's trade, so this is the yesterday's recap. I'm just doing it a bit late, but we just full ported CPI today, and almost got pissed off because I set a fucking TP, profit target at 1500, 1540 or some shit, just to get a little bit above the 50% mark. And it showed I was up like 2,000, and so I immediately closed that shit. And as soon as I closed it, boom, up. It was 486. I remember the exact number. That was some bullshit, but yeah. Anyways, took a short around right here off this down close candle. Went break even right there. I was willing to only risk the amount that I was up, which was 486. And then I was like, I'll just count today as like a no trade today or break even, whatever. So was willing to risk that little bit of money that I made, or not actual money, but it's eval profit. Just because I don't want to risk a whole like $1,000, 1,500 on something that's not even a trade, and I was pretty much just gambling this way, and wasn't looking for longs at all, looking to trade away from CPI. So, yeah, basically took that initial short, and then once we got that close back down, I don't know exactly where I took it, but took another short. TP was right here. Just wasn't off anything. It was literally just off the amount that I needed to pass. And dude, that shit was crazy. Edged it twice, ran back up. I had my stops here at this body high, and I moved it slightly up, and this is exactly where my stop loss was trailed at. So I almost got wicked out. I'm so thankful that I didn't. I did have an alpha eval that I had. Of course, my fucking fill was horrible. For some reason, Tradeovate fill gave me a horrible fill. It's complete bullshit. So that account got failed because it hit the max loss limit before it hit TP. But so that's some bullcrap, but it's fine. We still got halfway to passing these two combines, and then we just passed one. So we're at three live accounts now on Top Step. Now we're just one trade away from getting max allocated with them, so that's great. Very, very, very good Friday. Damn, I thought that I got the Top Step passing email, and I just got the Alpha Futures fucking account breach notification. Oh, fuck Alpha Futures, bro. Ever since they switched, and they don't have Project X, I'm not really looking forward to using them. But anyways, enough yapping about the full port. The very successful full port. It's a great bounce back from what happened last month. I got fucked on NFP and CPI within a week, so I feel happy about myself today. I'm feeling great. Anyways, this day was actually pretty interesting. Didn't have much of a bias at all today. It was very, very strange. I did not like the way price looked. Lots of things I didn't like about today, and I'm gonna go ahead and get into that and how we can still have you trade without a bias, basically. Okay, so I need to turn all this shit off because there's so much noise. So we have London low here. All right, London low there. Now that we got that established, I'm gonna go ahead and take this off. This indicator so that we can see better. Actually, before I do that, I want to show ES really quick because ES had great sell side targets here. We had quadruple equal lows. Bang, 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 which is also line low, so that's also something to pay attention to. So clearly have great sell side. Now yesterday we had a fat fucking move to the upside. I believe this was off a ceasefire. Oh, this was on Tuesday actually. And then Wednesday we chopped up. We didn't get anything, no trades to be taken at all. And then Thursday is when we got the trade. So yeah, Tuesday there was a ceasefire with the war with Israel, and I think that shit got broken the very next day. Like they got Israel struck Lebanon. Whatever. I'm not getting all into all that. This is a trade recap. So, yeah, huge move to the upside. We have almost 100-point new day opening gap, and then from here we literally ran up almost 1,000 points. So that's crazy. And then from the move from that day, over 1,000-point expansion to the upside. So already I'm like, okay, I like, yes, this looks bullish because we're inside of a 4 hour. All right, we're inside of this huge 4 hour. By the way, this high is protected. We swept this high. So that's that. That's another reason to be not fearful of longs, but hesitant on longs inside of this gap. And I just feel like, I don't know, if we were, I would want to see a deeper retrace into this huge ass imbalance. That's just what I would like to see. Not saying that I need that to happen or I'm expecting that to happen, but that's what I would like to see. But at bare minimum, for me to go long, what I want to see is a resweep of all of these lows and then get longs from there. That would look much more A plus. We have great trend line here all throughout. Okay, I forgot it's gonna bring back my drawings. Now we do have a bullish confluence here. Okay, so we inverse this hourly right there, and now technically, yes, you want to look at the highest time frame. PD arrays, what's getting respected, what's getting disrespected, and obviously seeing an hourly inversion to the upside, you're gonna think to be bullish. But here's why I'm not bullish. Now, there's plenty of times where you see a setup and you see, oh, this 1 minute or this 3 minute or this 30-second got inverse, and just because it got inverse doesn't necessarily mean we're gonna go up. Okay, there's plenty of time inverses fail, and so that's what I had in mind with this one. I figured even though we inverse this gap to the upside, despite it being an hourly, I felt like we could still run lower. Like, I'm not bullish at all. I don't want to. There's not a single scenario where I would want to go long at all. Okay, especially just considering, like I said, that huge war news that we got. That 1,000-point expansion. Not looking for anything at all except for shorts. Shorts is the only thing I'm open to taking. If we don't get that, I'm not looking for anything. I'll gladly wait until we develop nicer structure. So, going into market open, we give a wick to the upside. Now, if we pay attention to what we took out, we actually took this buy side out right here. Now, it isn't anything super crazy. It might have been a 5-minute gap behind it. So we have this actually, this is pretty nice. I really like this. The 15-minute didn't look that well, or it didn't look not bad. It just didn't look too pleasing, or appealing to me. But this looks much better. This 5-minute gets swept. This BPR gets respected. This is a crazy BPR too. We have like a double BPR scenario going on there, so that's great. Yeah, we wick up, and of course I want to look for short. So seeing us getting a short here would be beautiful. We have a 1 minute. Now I really wanted to take this, and I was just definitely didn't want to take this on my live account because, for one, we don't have an established bias. For two, we just inversed the hourly to the upside. I want to see shorts, and I just really don't know what's going on here. Like I said, I want to wait for price to be more developed. So if we inverse this 1 minute, I was open to taking this, or I wanted to. I was kind of grateful that we got this rejection to the upside. It made me just wait for a better setup because I did not want to take anything if we're getting this type of reaction out of this gap. Now, one thing I was very hesitant on was ES, because ES, we left, this is Asia and London, so double session highs right there, as you can see, relatively equal highs. So I was very fearful that we were going to get stopped out. Why am I saying fearful? I've said that like twice already. Anyways, we ended up getting the short. Still did not take it because ES has yet to take these highs, so I'm not looking for anything whatsoever. Now we do fail to run this low resistance here, or at least the end of it. We came very close, but couldn't quite get there yet. We get a retrace to the upside. Now, we did give a long setup. Let me see this real quick. Tap into the 15-minute, retest the 15-minute. Yeah, I didn't like that we had these 15 minutes getting tapped. If this was untapped, I would love to go short, but the fact that these were already mitigated, I figured this could be a protected low, so it's being careful about that. But we get a retrace. We have a 2-minute IPG right here. Edged it here, and then gave one here, but with the huge wick to the upside. Now, why do I not take this despite us inversing the hourly and then having draws to the upside? Well, for one, we already hit equilibrium. We gave a nice reaction out of here. ES ends up taking, not yet, actually. But pretty much the only reason I didn't take this was because of DOL, okay? And then plus war news. I'm not looking for any buys or any longs until we get a deeper retrace to confirm that higher time frame reversal. But as of right now, strictly looking for the sell side. We have London, we have this swing low, and then we have this untapped hourly, which is beautiful. I believe it's a no wick hourly gap. Okay, it's a very tiny wick actually, so scratch that. But anyways, we get the long. Didn't want to take it. Saw it displaced, and I was like, damn, this could probably hit, but I could care less. So don't take it, and then we end up getting a nice reaction to the downside right here, inversing this 1 minute. We have a 1 minute there. We had a 2 minute that I did not take. Okay, I did not take this 2 minute. Reason why, I really don't know. We had a resweep right here. I would like to see something much more A plus. Now ES did take this high out, so that's why I was open to taking a short more than here. But like if ES took the high out on this move right here, I would be much more confident in a short like this rather than this. I just don't have too much experience with these type of setups. I would like just slightly more confirmation. Maybe this woman down here getting inverse is what I would want to see, but basically what I took was, so we got this retrace into this 1 minute here after inversing. We did get a rejection out of here, so I was looking out for that, but honestly, what really made me take this was this lower time frame gap. So we got the retracement into that 1 minute, and I would want to see a really good down close candle through this 15-second for rally gap. We got rejection twice here, so I didn't know if I was going to take the setup or not. And then boom, we got a death candle right there. Now I did take a little bit of a later entry because I wasn't prepared for this to happen, because after seeing these two 15 seconds, but we got that, and I was like, you know what, fuck it, bro. We have equal lows right here too. Dude, I was just really confident in the draw lower, so aimed for something like this, just targeting this recent low. And yeah, I took this on eval. Yeah, I took this first play on eval, and I was waiting for a higher time, or not higher time frame, but a higher basically a higher time frame confirmation setup is what I was looking for. So I took this on eval. Then bang right there. We also hit this low resistance that we failed to hit earlier, so that's another great sign that like if this was protected and we're still gonna run higher, we should not run this, but ended up doing that. And then at this point in time, thought I was done for the day, and I was like, maybe we can get like a 15-second. I would want to see an inverse of this and look for an entry around there, but we also have this gap right there that could possibly hold. So I was being mindful of that. But basically, we get a reaction back to the upside. Now, just because we swept this low inside of a fair value gap, doesn't mean I'm looking for longs. Again, my draw is still lower. I'm not looking for longs anytime soon at all. But we do develop this 5 minute here. We had this was pretty tempting to take, this 1 minute right there. I don't even know if that's a 1 minute gap, but we did have a 30-second. That was pretty tempting to take, but we didn't hit the 5 minutes. So I'm still waiting for that 5 minute to get hit. And bang, we hit that 5 minute. Unfortunately, we failed to hit the 50% mark by just around 2 points, but you know, it's whatever. Don't need, you know, like, I'm not nitpicking, okay? It's just a better confluence if we get that. And then we get great displacement to the downside. And this one I actually took on my live account because, you know, it's much more high probability. We have somewhat relatively equal lows, somewhat low resistance, right, or trend line. But again, overall, the higher time frame draw for me personally are these sell side targets. Went break even once we hit this low right there. Just in case this low was protected, but pretty confident it was going to get hit. Boom, we have this is dead. Oh, man, bro. Deadly wick, devastating trade. Got wicked, hit both these sell side targets, and then ran out to break even. And I was like, oh, fuck it, whatever. We're probably not gonna, you know, run to those lows. And then I saw this, and I'm like, fuck, bro, we better not run me out or stop me at our break even and run lower. And then we end up bull running to the upside. And my stop loss, if I didn't go break even here, I would have been fucking heated. This shit literally got hit to the exact tick. Dude, that would have been the craziest crash out. But I mean, I see this as being a nice re-entry right there at that 30-second. This looks much more of a better entry, just with that displacement, and it being a huge 30. Is that a 30-second? Yeah, 30-second. So that looked great. unfortunately, I was off the charts at this point in time. Wasn't really looking for anything. Already got break even, and I already took a win anyways at the beginning. So taking a third setup would be kind of crazy. But what's crazier than that is fucking we edged London low. Absolutely no SMT whatsoever. We just edged London low. And that would have been break even. So wasn't tripping too much. Kind of expected this. And to be honest, it's more reasonable that we do this considering that, like, we just need to develop better structure because it would make more sense instead of us running this right now to develop some structure and then come for these later. Just, all we did was further add on to this low resistance right there. All right, it's 4 lows right there. So that's pretty much the trade that I took. Pretty simple. Was strictly bearish because of what, for one, what PA looked like right here, and then also with that huge gap that we made and that huge expansion to the upside. Give a short opportunity here. Didn't personally like it because of ES, and then here I like this much more. We give a nice 2-minute. Hesitant on it because of price structure and whatnot, but give a better confirmation setup here on a lower time frame. Really, really good model. I loved. This was just purely discretional. I was just so confident in this. I knew this shit would hit. This one, I figured this one would get break even because the draw is pretty lower. This is about a 3.5 R, so I was, I thought we could at least hit London. Maybe not all the draws, but at least hit London, but we didn't even do that. So anyways, got break even on this, and then after that was done for the day. And then today, we full ported, banged. So I'm gonna end this week off good. Oh fuck, I forgot. It's still Friday, and we still have a whole trading session in the next 25 minutes. So hopefully we catch something good. Can't really trade any evals, so I'm gonna have to either trade live or not trade at all. So I'm gonna do my analysis here in a bit, and you know what? I might as well do it right now. Let me just do a really quick one because I'm honestly not even planning on trading today. Let's see, what do we take out? So we still have these higher time frame draws above. We actually came pretty close to this low right there, so I'm gonna be looking out for that. Yeah, we're still in that higher time frame buy market maker buy model. Very obvious. This looks so clean, dude. All these draws to the upside, all that buy side looks amazing. Okay, we're starting off on the 4 hour. We do have an untapped gap, but that's all the way the fuck down here. Still market though, just because why not? ES's looks more achievable. So we could probably see some type of retracement, get an SMT, and then look for longs to data high. It's just a scenario I'm throwing out there. We did tap into this hourly gap though, but not relatively close. I thought I was tripping. That was YM. Again, this is probably gonna be a protected low, maybe. I don't know. Don't know yet. The hourly, I don't really see anything much on the hourly. We don't have any gaps on this recent leg. We inverse this gap to the downside, failed to hit that low. Did make an SMT right there. Yeah, we don't really have much on the hourly. The 15-minute, let's see. We do have this 15-minute right here. Okay, I like this. We have a 15-minute right there. Also have this order block or breaker block. Fuck, I keep forgetting which one it is. Let's see, that would be a breaker if it's a bearish can. Fuck, that would be a bullish. I'm tripping, bro. I completely forgot the difference between order blocks and breaker blocks. I'm literally a donut, dude. What the heck? Okay, well, ES already hit that 15-minute, so we can see if that's going to be an SMT or not. We don't have anything else on the 15-minute. I'm going to just look at the 5-minute. That's going to be the very last one. Completely filled this 5-minute on ES. We don't have any other untapped gaps. Yeah, we don't really have much else at all. The only scenarios I could see happening is I doubt, especially with that huge 1,000-point move from Tuesday, I very much doubt that we're going to have a big-ass move to the downside and then a big-ass move to the upside. Very, very much doubt that. I could definitely see ES doing. I don't know. That's still a lot. That's a lot to ask for. Yeah, I don't know. The one scenario, the most realistic scenario in my opinion, is us coming down to this 15-minute and then getting longs from there. I mean, but besides that, that's pretty much it. We'll see what we get. Most likely we'll not trade. Fine with that. Want to end this week off good. Don't want to end this week off on a loss. So, anyways, that's going to be it for this trade recap. Plus full port, plus quick analysis run through. I don't know what to call it, but that's going to be it. And yeah, I'm out. Peace.